Hello, this is the 20th lecture of Revelation and World History. In chapter 13 of Revelation, two beasts appear. One is the beast that comes up from the sea, the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. And the other is the beast that comes up from the earth, the beast with 2 horns like a lamb. In chapters 1 and 2 of Revelation and World History, we discussed in detail the first beast, the beast that comes up from the sea. In chapter 3, we explore the identity of the second beast, the beast with 2 horns like a lamb, whose number is 666. Revelation and World History, Chapter 3, Section 2, Number of Names. First, we need to know what the number of names means. The number of names means that everyone has a name, and that name is written in letters like the alphabet. However, before Arabic numerals were introduced when expressing numbers, a method was used to express a specific number by assigning a unique number to each alphabet. The number was usually expressed by determining the order of the entire alphabet, assigning numbers in that order and combining the alphabets to represent the number that we want to express. Let's take English as an example. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z. There are 26 alphabets in English. If we assign numbers starting from the first letter, A, it would be as follows: A1, B2, C3, D4, E5, F6, G7, H8, I9, J10. After attaching up to this point, the next time, instead of 11, 20 is assigned. K20, L30, M40, N50, O60, P70, Q80, R90, S100. T200, U300, V400, W500, X600, Y700, Z800. After assigning numbers in this order, we can combine the alphabets, as many as the number we want to represent. To express the number corresponding to 666, we can combine X, corresponding to 600. O corresponding to 60, and F corresponding to 6 and write it as XOF, and the sum of the numbers will be 666. When we say the number of people, there is an alphabet corresponding to the name of a person. And if we add up all the unique numbers assigned to each alphabet, we get the number of that person's name. For example, let's look at the case of Lenin. L30, E5, N50, I9, N50 are the numbers assigned to each alphabet. And if we add them all up, 144, that is, the number of Lenin's name is 144. However, in the case of Lenin, Lenin is actually a Russian person. So, it would be difficult to substitute the numbers assigned to Lenin in the order of the English alphabet. Also, Lenin's real name is Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov. Russian names are in the order of first name, patronymic, and surname. And the question of whether to include the patronymic in the name is included. When faced with such a complex problem as the Old Testament written in Hebrew, the New Testament written in Greek, and the emperors of the Roman Empire who spoke Latin, it is not easy to actually find a ruler with the number of the name 666. However, if the beast from the sea is compared to the Soviet Union, this beast from the land will also be very closely related to the Soviet Union. So, if we search within the boundaries of the satellite states of the Soviet Union, the scope will be much narrower. In other words, it is a fact that, if the beast from the sea changes, the beast from the land will inevitably change as well. Another problem with interpretation is that, This number of names is the number of names of two people, not one. The fact that there are two horns means that there are two powerful people. The beast with the number 666, introduced here, suggests a country with two horns, that is, two powerful people. Has there ever been a country on earth with a ruler whose number of names of two horns, that is, two rulers, summed up to be 666? That country is North Korea, ruled by the father and son of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. They have names written in Korean. Therefore, we should match the number of names by substituting the numbers given according to the order of the Korean letters. However, unlike the English alphabet, Korean has vowels and consonants listed separately. Vowels: a, ya, eo, yo, o, yo, u, I. It's 10 letters like this. Consonants: G, N, D, L, M, B, S, Ing, J, CH, K, T, P, H. There are 14 letters like this. Here, we must be careful when assigning 1. When writing, consonants are written first. However, the names of those sounds are divided into vowels and consonants. In other words, the vowel, which is the mother letter, must come before the consonant, which is the sonorous letter. When pronouncing, it is the same principle that consonants alone cannot make sounds without vowels. And vowels are required to make sounds. So, if you number the vowels first in Korean, it would be as follows: A1, Ya2, EO3, Yo4, O5, Yo6, U7, U8, U9, I10. G20, N30, D40, L50, M60, B70, S80, Ing90, J100. CH200, K300, T400, P500, H600. Here, in the case of a double vowel, for example, A, can be seen as having a value of 13, which is the sum of 3 of EO and 10 of I. Let's calculate the number of names of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. Kim, G20, I10, M60. If you add these numbers, you get 90. Il, Ing 90, I10, L50. This is 150. Sung, S80, EO3, Ing 90. This is 173. If you add up all of Kim Il-sung's numbers, it becomes 413. The Kim in Kim Jong-il becomes 90 as above. Jung, J100, EO3, Ing 90, this is 193. Il is the same as above, 150. The number of Kim Jong-il's name is 433. In the above, the number of Kim Il-sung's name is 413. And Kim Jong-il's name is 433. So, if you add the two numbers, it becomes 846. It is not 666. There is another secret hidden here. A person's name is listed with both surname and name. A Korean surname indicates the person's place of origin and a specific clan. Kim Yu-sin refers to a person with the name Yu-sin from the Gimhae Kim family. Name usually means the combination of the surname and the given name. But in reality, the name excluding the surname is the name that refers to the person. If you say, David of the tribe of Judah, David is the person's name. If you say, Hyungju Kim, it can be seen as having a meaning similar to the term tribe of Judah. If we calculate the number of names, using only the names of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il, excluding their surnames, it is as follows. Il is 150, Sung is 173, so Il-sung becomes 323. Jung is 193, Il is 150, so Jung Il becomes 343. If you combine Il Sung and Jung Il, we get 666. By adding the numbers of the names of Kim Il Sung and Kim Jong Il, we get the exact number, 666. Then, are these names the two-horned beast, rising from the earth, that appears in chapter 13 of the book of Revelation? The description in the text and the reality must match. Through the lectures on chapters 1 and 2 of Revelation and world history that we have done so far, we have confirmed the identity of the seven-headed and ten-horned beast that rises from the sea. Among the two beasts that appear in chapter 13 of Revelation, it was the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union was ruled by 7 rulers and lasted for 70 years before disappearing. And when the Soviet Union collapsed, 10 new countries were established. In chapter 13 of Revelation, another beast appears. It is the two-horned beast, like a lamb, that rises from the earth. The number of the name of that beast is the famous 666. We have finally found the person whose name is the number 666. It was the Korean name of Kim Il Sung and Kim Jong Il, who ruled North Korea. We will continue to historically verify whether this person is the person recorded in the prophecy. Please show much interest and subscribe. This was the Bible History School. Thank you very much.